赶紧把窗户关上。如果你现在在南方，千万
Close your windows right away. Do not go outside for deep breaths these days, even if the air feels fresh after the rain. Just listen. Immediately, right now, shut all the windows in your home tightly.
Recently, warnings about avoiding the rain have been spreading widely across mainland Chinese social media. Some claim that emergency rooms are overwhelmed with cases of thunderstorm asthma, while others say the rain carries viruses and that even brief exposure can cause symptoms like headaches and vomiting, or even lead to acute encephalitis. Some doctors and health bloggers have also been advising people on how to protect themselves. A nutritionist from a radio station in Henan has recently posted several videos in a row, all urging people not to get caught in the rain. He said,
This is not meant to scare you. Many of my doctor friends have shared posts saying that emergency rooms are now filled with patients struggling to breathe. These recent heavy rains are not ordinary storms. They act like a crushing machine. Through lightning and rainfall, pollen is instantly broken into extremely fine particles smaller than 2.5 micrometers. These particles can easily bypass the nose filtering system and shoot straight into deep lungs like toxic arrows.
He also warned that people should not assume they are safe just because they have no history of asthma. If you have rhinitis or if you have recently felt unexplained chest tightness or coughing, then you may already be in the danger zone for thunderstorm asthma. More than half of the patients in emergency rooms right now are these hidden cases. Allergy expert Guang Kai from mainland China also explained in a video program that it is no longer rare for hundreds of people to seek medical care together after a single heavy rainstorm. Many people believe that rain can freshen the air, but for those allergic to pollen, thunderstorms are actually high-risk moments of concentrated exposure. However, beyond these explanations, there are also more mysterious claims circulating about avoiding the rain. Many people use a vague phrase, "Those who understand, understand," to quietly remind each other.
下了一场雨，嗓子说不出话了。
After just one rain, my throat became so bad I could barely speak. Recently, extreme weather has been happening more often. Sudden hailstorm in Kunming, heavy rain in Qingzhou, and high temperatures across the north. The climate really feels chaotic. But why is it that after one rainfall, some people catch a cold, some lose their voice, while others feel pain throughout their nose? Is this still normal rain? She said that many people have recently been reporting similar experiences. They were completely fine, but after one rain, people around them began showing cold-like symptoms. Some cases are quite severe, even worse than the sore throat experienced during the COVID period. People describe pain across the entire face, with breathing and swallowing becoming very painful. Although experts explain that since April, this is due to a high incidence of influenza A and B in northern regions, it still seems strange. Why would so many people be affected at the same time after an ordinary rainfall? A vlogger added, "What's even stranger is that many online users say that after it rained in their area, concrete roads and stone pavement looked as if they had been corroded. Could this be acid rain? Could it even be chemical substances? If normal road surfaces can be corroded like this, would there be long-term effects on people who get caught in the rain?" Some users also reported that after the rain, things resembling lichen appeared on the ground, and then many people came down with fever and cold symptoms. Could it be bacteria or viruses? If that's the case, it would be quite alarming. Some vloggers emphasize this is not superstition. From this year onward, do not get caught in the rain again. A netizen from Shandong even stated repeatedly, starting May 1st, do not get caught in the rain. Do not get caught in the rain. Do not get caught in the rain. A female vlogger from Heilongjiang known as Happy Angel posted a video on May 1st titled, "They are viruses in the rain." In the video, she directly explained her reasoning and used two cases to illustrate the seriousness. One involved a lawyer in Henan who was caught in the rain with his child for more than 10 minutes. After returning home, he bathed the child first and did not take care of himself. That night, he developed full-body convulsions and foaming at the mouth, and the hospital diagnosed him with acute meningitis. Another case involved a 29-year-old man in Changsha, Hunan, who worked night shifts. After being in the rain for more than 10 minutes, he developed a fever and abdominal pain at the same night. The next day, his condition worsened and he was taken directly to the intensive care unit for emergency treatment. In the comment section of the video, many users shared their recent experiences describing physical changes after encountering thunderstorms, which they believe support the vlogger's claims. One user from Yunnan said, "I got a little wet in the rain yesterday, and today I have severe headache, along with a cold and fever." Another user from Yunnan also said, "I was caught in the rain briefly, and now I have a terrible headache, chills, stomach pains, and a sore throat." A user from Hunan also confirmed, saying, "After getting caught in the rain, I had a severe headache and my back felt like it was being pulled. It feels very heavy." A man from Tianjin shared on May 1st, "It just rained and I only stepped out to my car to grab a pack of cigarettes. It took about 8 or 9 seconds. Less than an hour later, I started having a headache and fever." Hearing everyone say this, it really feels quite frightening. A user from Sichuan said, "There are viruses everywhere now. Even items purchased online come with viruses on the delivery packages." Another user from Gansu reported that after the rain, a yellow liquid appeared in their yard. A user from Anhui said, "After my car was exposed to the rain, it became corroded. I didn't close the windows tightly during the rain, and the marks left by the rain just won't come off." A netizen from Sanxi shared a personal experience as a warning. "Since the start of this year, I've caught a cold 2 or 3 times. Each time it was just from being lightly exposed to rain. Very light rain, at most a dozen drops, never prolonged exposure. I've never been this vulnerable before. What exactly is going on?" In recent years, netizens across multiple provinces and cities in China have filmed drones spraying unidentified substances late at night. Many people continue to suspect that the authorities may be carrying out something concerning behind the scene. Since the end of last year, residents in Beijing, Shanghai, Liaoning, Inner Mongolia, Anhui, and other regions have come forward one after another claiming they witnessed drones spraying unknown liquids late at night. They also reported a strange smell in the air similar to burnt rubber. Videos circulating online appear to show drones releasing white mist in cities and rural areas during the night. Some hover in midair while others fly close to the ground, creating an unsettling scene. Some netizens also revealed that similar videos sparked heated discussion online but were quickly taken down by platforms. Many netizens suspect this is a coordinated operation by the authorities and have speculated about its real purpose. As officials have not responded, some believe this is not for public health purposes such as disinfection or disease control, but rather something hidden from public view. Some suspect it could be targeted poisoning, and a few claims they developed a fever after smelling the unusual odor. Recently, online reports claimed that in Qianxian and prefecture of Guizhou, drones were again seen spraying pesticides over mountainous areas, leading to cattle grazing on the slopes being poisoned, with large numbers dying. Footage from the scene shows at least dozens of cattle lying motionless in the hillside, suspected to have died from poisoning. The person who shared the information said this happened because the drone deviated from its course while spraying and the operator fled, leaving local residents in the dark. However, some netizens have questioned the claim that it was simply an operational error. This has led some people to recall a disturbing rumor from a few years ago suggesting that the recent widespread outbreaks of so-called thunderstorm asthma in various regions may not have a simple explanation. In early September 2023, after a thunderstorm in Hohhot, Inner Mongolia, there was a sudden surge of patients in major hospital outpatient departments. The symptoms were similar: a feeling of tightness throughout the respiratory tract and clear asthma-like symptoms. Officials also refer to it as thunderstorm asthma. What caused unease was that this thunderstorm asthma seemed to spread rapidly. At the time, a netizen wrote in a group chat, "Inner Mongolia, Sanxi, Hebei, and the northeast are all seeing large numbers of asthma cases. The lifespan is short, the area is large, it's very unusual." Even more puzzling was that within a few days, official explanation changed and efforts began to dismiss earlier claims. Liu Qingquan, director of the research department at the Inner Mongolia Forestry Science Research Institute, said in an interview that no authoritative institution had confirmed pollen as the allergen. If it was not caused by pollen, then what is the truth behind thunderstorm asthma? Just as people were filled with questions, a startling claim suddenly began circulating online, casting a sense of fear over the sudden large-scale asthma outbreak. The rumor suggested that a serious nuclear leak might have occurred in the Hohhot region, possibly affecting a large part of China. According to the source of the claim, there is an abandoned coal mine in Ordos, Inner Mongolia, which had been guarded by armed police in the past. Later, a company identified as BAIC Benz, said to have military connections, acquired the mine through asset restructuring and transferred it to a coal operator for extraction. It is said that the mine had previously been operated using underground mining methods, but the new operator, who had experience in Jungarbana with open pit mining, began extracting it using open pit methods for several days. That is when the incident reportedly occurred. 2 drivers involved in transporting materials from the site suddenly developed severe full-body tissue damage and their urine turned brown. At first, people thought they had contracted HIV. After both individuals died, the disease control authorities determined it was radiation sickness and required that they be buried in lead-lined coffins to block radiation. The source of the claim also explained why thunderstorm asthma appears to spread so quickly. He said the coal in the mine contains radioactive substances. Under strong sunlight during the day, radioactive materials from the coal stored in the open evaporate into the air along with water vapor. When the wind blows, they are carried and dispersed, and after cooling and rainfall, they settle back onto the ground. In addition, due to limits on coal production, the coal extracted from this open site has already been rushed and transported to various regions. Although the total volume is not large, the biggest issue is that it has been widely dispersed. As a result, the Ministry of Emergency Management reportedly had no choice but to request assistance from Military Chemical Defense Unit to handle the situation. According to an informed source, the mine involved is just one of several coal mines located along a uranium belt in the Ordos Basin. For decades, many thermal power plants in northern China have been burning this type of coal containing radioactive elements. Before this, the Heidaigo super-large open-pit coal mine located about 125 kilometers east of Ordos had already been in operation for 33 years. A former coal miner from Ordos told reporters that his father died at the age of 52 from multiple illnesses that appeared almost at the same time. Another former senior investigative journalist speaking anonymously to international media said that the tailings from Baotou still contain extremely high levels of the radioactive substance thorium-232. This has become a nightmare for tens of thousands of workers and nearby villages, with lung cancer being the leading cause of death in the area. He said, I personally went to investigate the Baogang tailings dam. I can't remember the exact time. In the tailings, there is an element called thorium. At that time, Baogang Medical College had a report. A professor wrote a paper analyzing about 10 years of data on lung cancer incidents in that area, but that paper has long been completely removed from the internet. A paper published by Baogang Hospital on February 14, 2012 stated that the tailings dam in Inner Mongolia contained 135 million tons of waste material with large amounts of the radioactive metal thorium present in the slurry. Due to leakage from the tailings dam, the surrounding areas were severely affected. In that year, 71% of deaths in nearby villages were due to cancer. The related paper has also since been completely removed from the internet. How severe is the current accumulation and pollution of thorium-232 at the Baogang tailings dam in Inner Mongolia? Based on estimates that more than 200 million tons of tailings have already been piled up at the site, and referring to a 2011 study on related rare earth mines published by China Environment News, it is conservatively estimated that at least 100,000 tons of highly radioactive thorium are present. However, the actual figure may be far higher. A mainland investigative journalist who examined the Baogang tailings in 2009 believed that the amount of thorium-232 had already reached several 100,000 tons. Ren Rui Hong, a former senior official of the Red Cross Society of China, pointed out that information related to nuclear radiation is treated as a state secret in China. Regarding the pollution issue, Baogang has stated in official announcement that it has carried out remediation efforts, such as relocating villages and planting trees for greenery. However, it has consistently avoided mentioning the high radiation risk. In recent years, reports have continued to emerge about the authorities expanding their nuclear arsenal. On April 1st, CNN released an exclusive long-form report stating that signs of expansion upgrades to China's nuclear weapon research and production facilities have been identified in northern Sichuan province. The report's authors reviewed extensive satellite imagery, publicly available Chinese government and corporate documents, declassified U.S. intelligence materials, and interviewed several leading global experts familiar with China's nuclear strategy. The report noted that as early as 2022, local villages were forced to relocate. When they asked authorities for the reason, they were told it was a state secret. Satellite images show that within just 3 years, the village along the Tongjiang River had disappeared, replaced by newly built infrastructure, including a large domed structure. According to expert analysis cited in the report, the facility is likely related to nuclear material processing. It features extensive steel and concrete structures, as well as radiation detectors, blast-proof doors, and large ventilation systems. The site is also connected to a long-established nuclear weapon base, referred to by the U.S. intelligence agencies as the 906 base. U.S. nuclear arms control expert Jeffrey Lewis assisted CNN in reviewing the report. He noted that the entire complex is undergoing configuration, and ultimately the production capacity here appears set to increase significantly. Another nuclear facility referred to as the 931 base has also undergone major expansion over the past 5 years, along with comprehensive upgrades to supporting transportation infrastructure such as railways and roads. As a result, 2 villages were relocated in their entirety. Analysts point out that the recent emergence of thunderstorm asthma in multiple regions across mainland China, along with widespread reports of physical discomfort after rainfall, has largely been attributed by officials to the combined effects of extreme weather and pollen particles. However, when considering the large number of details circulating among the public as well as the authorities' consistent pattern of operations, some observers speculate that behind this seemingly natural health crisis, there may be undisclosed factors related to COVID projects. These could include radioactive contamination and leakage from nuclear-related activities, or even secret experiments in the biochemical field. First, the official explanation for thunderstorm asthma itself raises a number of questions. In the past, the Inner Mongolia Forestry Science Research Institute has refuted related claims, stating that no authoritative institution has been able to clearly confirm pollen as the primary allergen. Against this background, some have begun to question what kind of substance could spread so rapidly under the thunderstorm condition if pollen is not the cause, and how it could lead to severe consequences such as full body convulsions, meningitis, or even death. There appear to be a gap that is difficult to explain when comparing these symptoms with a typical allergic reaction. Second, given the authorities' long-standing practice of withholding information and classifying nuclear radiation-related data as state secret, speculation about possible nuclear leaks is not without basis. More concerning is that satellite imagery has confirmed large-scale expansion and reconfiguration of nuclear facilities in regions such as Sichuan. Under policy that prioritized military development, a sharp increase in the handling of nuclear materials would inevitably bring higher safety risk. In addition, the current outbreak of thunderstorm asthma shows similarities to the situation seen in Inner Mongolia 3 years ago. However, compared to that time, the current public opinion environment has become noticeably more restrictive, and transparency of information has further declined. At the same time, ongoing online claims about drones spraying unidentified substances at night have led many people to draw connections suggesting that this may be related to some form of undisclosed handling or concealment activities. Speculation surrounding this incident continues to intensify. One representative view holds that within a system lacking transparency and public oversight, it cannot be ruled out that ordinary people may be becoming victims of biochemical experiments or the consequences of leaks from secret nuclear-related projects.